What's up, everybody? Tom Pelissero here at FedEx Field shortly after the Vikings break their 6-game losing streak, defeat the Washington Redskins 33-26, but do it in costly fashion. A really strange sort of a dichotomy, getting down into the locker room and hearing the things that Leslie Frazier was saying, hearing the things that players were saying about getting this win here over the Redskins, breaking out of this skid, finally getting over the hump in at least one game and finding a way to go out and win a game. But it comes at the expense of Adrian Peterson suffering a knee injury. Christian Ponder also suffers a concussion, but the concussion is something you're going to come back from. With Peterson and the knee, we're on December 24th right now. 8 months from now, which would be the minimum that you'd want a guy to come back onto the field, that's August 24th next year. That's late in training camp. The question now becomes if it is an ACL, as it's expected to be for Peterson, and even if there might be more damage, which we'll find out in the coming hours here, Peterson could be in danger now of not being full speed when the 2012 season opens up. So as much as people were talking about the value of finally coming out and winning a game, of the perseverance, handling adversity, doing something positive, not to mention the fact that you were in position to perhaps have a shot at the #1 pick if the Vikings had lost today, that's now gone. They've also lost the focal point of their offense going forward. You also now have an interesting question at the quarterback position. Even though I believe, and I know that there are a lot of people within the Vikings organization who believe in Christian Ponder, who believe that he is going to be the guy for this offense going forward, Joe Webb now twice this season has come out in relief duty and led multiple touchdown drives. He led 2 touchdown drives against Detroit, nearly led a third that could have given him a win 2 weeks ago at Ford Field. Today he comes in, touchdown drives on his first 3 possessions. Now, you've got Toby Gerhart breaking off a 67-yard run on one of them, but Webb making a couple of big-time throws, using his athleticism to his advantage. It was very interesting to hear the shift in rhetoric from Leslie Frazier after the game when he was asked, what exactly do you do now with Joe Webb? Does he have a shot to start? And Frazier said, we've got to take a hard look at that going forward, because when Webb gets on the field, he makes plays and people seem to believe in him. Absolutely, the Vikings offense somehow got a lift from Joe Webb coming in. It certainly didn't hurt that Toby Gerhart breaks off that huge run immediately after Peterson goes out, but you look at some of the other things and the things that Joe Webb did well in this football game, it's tough to make an argument that you can't get him on the field. I still don't know that Joe Webb, based on everything that I know about him, in terms of how much he understands about the offense, in terms of functioning in an NFL system, I have significant doubts about whether he can do it, but you now have all these sorts of questions too. So now you suddenly go to, you have questions at the quarterback position potentially going forward, or at least multiple things to consider. Joe Webb, I would guess at this point, is probably going to start against Chicago next week if Ponder doesn't get cleared by doctors. And at this stage, why try to bring Christian Ponder back 8 days later to play in a game after a concussion? But you also have a question now at the halfback position with Adrian Peterson potentially not being ready for next season. You've got some undercurrents here. It's very strange because, again, Leslie Frazier went to the podium. I said it to him as he was walking down. I said, you look pumped up. And he said, yeah, now I can go enjoy my Christmas. But at the same time, his star halfback is going to be going to get an MRI, and you're still sitting there at 3-12 at the bottom of the division. Weird times for the Minnesota Vikings, some positivity coming out of this one. But Peterson's status and the prognosis for his recovery is going to be the stuff we're going to be watching in the coming days here. Back at Winter Park tomorrow, and of course breaking down the film. Merry Christmas to all of you who celebrate it. We will see you.